morning, good morning. Welcome to our service for soil and soul this Sunday, living with loss and what to do about it. I'm Rev Ems and I'm one of the founder members of Creative Roots Ministry. Creative Roots Ministry is an intentional ministry. We hold the intention to serve through right action which really serves you, our community, through getting real. We are here showing up to support you, our global community, addressing real world problems so you know that you're not alone. Creative Roots is not religious. We do not practice or promote fear, doubt, lack or worry. We know life does not happen to me, but happens through me. We know we can't stop something happening, but we know we can change how we allow what happens to affect us going forward. We bring you belief systems from all around the world so you can find what feels real and resonates with you. Here at Creative Roots, we know the importance of right relationship with all of life. We see you. We believe in you because we know who and what you are, beyond what the world of appearances leads you to believe. So you get to remember. You get to return and recover your own power, returning to your natural state of being in a way which feels right for you. We believe in bringing back balance, knowing there is only one love, one power and one presence, one life living as the one people and the one planet and the one universe. And this week's service is about living with loss. When we lose something familiar to us, that's also known as grief. And what to do about this experience of grief or living with loss, so you can find a way to finally have mercy and meet what's there, so you can manage it in a much more healthy way. If today's service serves you in any way, please click subscribe. It's free to do so you can again find us easily and keep up to date. Or know if you know anyone who can benefit from our service, please do feel free to share. For those who know me, you know that I love to break belief systems. So I want to begin today's service with breaking down a common belief system around bereavement. Bereavement is grief, but grief does not have to be bereavement. Bereavement is the felt experience following the loss of a person or pet following their death. Grief is the felt experience following the loss of something familiar. I'm going to share these powerful words from Alexandra Ale Blakely. Blessed be these tributaries of grief, these rivers, streams and creeks, each pouring into the mouth of the ocean of sorrow, from which we each drink the salty tears of the mother. We gather them for the altar, in praise and love, for grief is not separate from that which we love nor praise. Grief is a form of worship, praising that which we love, for there is no love that does not contain loss, and everything we love we will lose. To love is to accept the rights of grief, and where these tributaries meet the ocean's mouth, we gather, for grief is rarely personal. It is intertwined with fungi and pine, and whale and salmon and soil, and this very water mixed with oil. This grief is fresh from the murdered siblings gone, for the colour of flesh and the lives gone missing, along with language and history and culture, and fading bird song and flapping wings. This grief is pulled by gravity, from pains repressed through collective mentality and vitality lost. In the absence of ritual, in death, birth and initiation, where are our elders? We should be washing your feet. This grief is from having to be the mentors that we are seeking. This grief arises from the collective pelvis screaming, we did not consent to this. And the fall of democracy, collapsing beneath life as we know it, compounded layer upon layer, this unmetabolized grief in isolation. And we didn't even get to the chance to heal the wounds of stolen people, of genocide, immigration, and deracination. We are becoming hardened because we don't open the door when we hear the knock of grief, standing humbly on their knees, waiting to be seen and rocked. Instead, they fester, growing into shadows that haunt us for lifetimes and make us ill, causing such deep aching that we keep hurting each other. And rage, you who lies restless atop of grief, you are welcome here. Your embers of fire fueled by passion for justice and numbness and shame, you are welcome here too. You are the protectors from the pain that we just couldn't bear. And the body's innate wisdom desensitized the parts that needed to be shut off in order to survive in a culture that depends on our disembodiment. Yet here we are today, because of the ways our bodies learn to keep us safe. A breath of honour for these technologies. Intrinsically strategic, a breath of honour for the cries trapped inside, waiting to be called in by the village, to be witnessed in decadent listening, as this apprenticeship with sorrow is invoked, and these hearts break until they crack wide open, and love can re-permeate and seal what has been broken. May these songs of lament be an opening for that which has been hiding and meant to be forgotten. May they be transformed into being holy and held and remembered, so that we have more access to our aliveness and the wonder and awe of this one wild and precious life, our inherent birthright. As we open the gates, may the spirits holding onto the dream of our wholeness, the dream for our souls to be nourished and connected to the watershed that we each make up single drops. May those beings, seen and unseen, across time and space, may they be with us now. May we be cloaked in a blanket of their protection as we enter this sacred soul work. Oh yes, I hear them whispering. We will enter these healing grounds at your side. You were never meant to go this alone. You will find more from L.A. Blakely on the album Wales. So let's just take a moment to pause and breathe and allow. Let's gift grief the space it deserves to be acknowledged. Let's come together today as a community and say, all of you is welcome here. Put down your load. We are here. We are now. And you are not alone. I now share this poem, The Uses of Sorrow. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. and that's The Uses of Sorrow by Mary Oliver. And it shares how our sadness in all its forms contains a hidden gift. And I know it really does not look or feel like a gift sometimes, and that's okay. I know what it's like to feel so down and have some righteous person tell me to cheer up and choose happiness. But that isn't me. However you feel right now, know that whatever feeling, whatever sensation, even if it's numbness, it's valid. It's an essential part of healing. And I say to you, please don't push it away. There is a reason that your feeling's there. And it's your body's way of telling you to meet yourself with mercy and give whatever you feel right now the space that it needs to reveal itself. As we experience darkness, pain, and sorrow, with time, our eyes become accustomed to the darkness. We start to be able to see the beauty that can come from even our most heartbreaking seasons, and the perseverance that can grow despite deep suffering. And that appears to be true in my life so far. I have never achieved anything by holding on to the pain, but a bad mood, weakened immune system, and more things to feel bad about. When I look at my darkest hours, and I realise, although I could not see back then, I did in time begin to discover so many things came from growing through the suffering. Let's face it, I never got friends throwing myself a pity party, and I certainly wasn't the someone that I'd want to hang about with. I'm stubborn. I needed enough pain to pretty much push me off my feet. And only then could I get angry enough to put the energy into my emergence. For it was the pain from being abused which angered me into protecting others. It became my career. It was the pain of being told I can't that made me show them I can and I will. And I have. And it was the pain of emotional neglect that energized me into discovering I was enough. And each time it's been pain, not pleasure, which has been my catalyst for consciously creating a more comfortable way of existence. Every single emotional pain I have ever encountered has had its roots in loss. The loss of health, the loss of wealth, the loss of resources, the loss of family, the loss of friends, the loss of a job, the loss of a car after it broke down, the loss of a home, the loss of having felt nothing, like there was nothing left, like I'd been stripped back to my bare bones and there was nothing left of me to give or to receive. The loss of a community, the loss of connection, the loss of peace, the loss of quiet. It was all grief. The grief we feel as community, the grief we feel as family, the grief we feel after a change in politics or change in the familiar landscapes of our lives. We can grieve the people we have never met if we think that we should have met them. We can grieve the people who wanted to get away from. We can grieve a person who has altered through health or personality changes. The one thing I've learned about grief is heaviest when it's ignored or suppressed, and it eats away at us from the inside out. Anger, it's just grief with nowhere to go. When you give that anger space, it changes. And every emotion can be connected to grief. Grief can be a collective experience or one person's perception of lost possibilities and power. So now I figure there is not a human alive who cannot resonate, right? the first step to managing grief is to acknowledge you are grieving and then gift it space, because everything needs space to simply be. We can practice the space and giving ourselves space through a practice called soft belly. And soft belly was taught by an incredible couple who are still very much present and active in my life today. And I've been practicing this soft belly meditation for years now. And I feel they're like my elders in the grief work that I have processed in what I've done. I'm so grateful for their presence on the planet. Stephen Levine has left his body, and Andrea Levine is still with us. And yet they both continue to do the incredible work they do through the workshops and through their presence over the internet. So placing your attention on your body and just allow yourself to breathe. Allowing the breath to just breathing in to soften any tension within the body. You see, as we're breathing in, we can recognize our body, and you'll recognize any tensions or sensations anywhere in the body. Sometimes it helps to do a body scan. So we start from our heads, feeling into any tension down our neck, our shoulders, our chest, and then we're in our stomach. And if we just stop at our stomach, you'll notice the stomach is often quite tense, quite hard, particularly in women who have been taught by society we're supposed to have flat stomachs. Well, bellies are supposed to be round. And as you breathe in, allow the breath to come in to the belly and expand. It can help sometimes to imagine a balloon just below the diaphragm there. And as it expands just slowly, just tiny little bit, it's just allowing your body to soften the tiniest little bit. Have mercy on yourself. It's quite normal to feel so tense, so closed in. But as you breathe, and just slowly stay with it. Each inhale